Welcome back to 18 News. Time once again for a weekly visit to the Dubois County Humane Society, and our guest this week is Linda Davis. And Linda, we have a pair of dogs here, Goldy and, well, I missed the other one. Tessa. Goldy and Tessa. We're going to talk a little bit about them and a few programs.
We talk about the variety of dogs that we have here at the Dubois County Humane Society, and don't go paying a lot of money for those cute little dogs. We have plenty of them, and as soon as they're adopted, more come in. A lot of people want these adorable little dogs. They just make people so happy. I think they're a prescription for happiness. Anyway, we have two here today, and as you mentioned, Goldy is sitting in my lap, and Goldy is a Dachshund, maybe wire-haired terrier mix. We don't know though. We'd have to have a DNA test to know for sure, but we guess. And the little one that you see that is Tessa, we think that is probably a Norfolk Terrier mix. But anyway, they're adorable little dogs, and that's what really matters. And if you just have that little bit of lonesomeness, little bit of winter blues, this will just pick you up, having a cute little dog like this. And I want to tell you today that you can see a difference in their behavior, and they both have wonderful, calm personalities. They both get along with other dogs and cats and children, adults. They're just ideal. But the difference in activity level is age. The little one, Tessa, that you see there on a blue leash, is a puppy. And it's not going to grow hardly anymore. It's going to stay a little dog, but it is considered puppy age. Now, this adorable dog is years old.
About 10?
Yeah, it might be almost 10 years old. And you know what? A lot of people don't want to go through puppy stages. They don't want to reinforce housebreaking. They don't want the chewing going on. They don't want the wild behavior. Other families do. They have little kids that want to play. They get a kick out of the dog ripping and tearing and chasing balls. So think about your objective. If you want a dog that's relaxed, that greets you when you come home, that sits with you while you watch movies, that has breakfast with you every morning, something you can just hold and relax, something that we believe is already housebroken, we call it kennel broken, no chewing, through this chewing stage, just calm and cuddly and peaceful. This is your dog right here. Don't get a puppy or a crazy little dog if you want the objectives I just mentioned. Come to Dubois County Humane Society and get a dog like Goldy. Goldy's 10 years old. She has so many years left in her. Little dogs live longer than big dogs. I had a dog, I've heard of dogs about this size living to be 18. I had one that lived to be 16. 6 to 8 years or more when you get a little dog like this. So if you don't want to go through a lot of hassle, or maybe you're getting up there in years yourself, you might just think Goldy would be the perfect dog for you. Now that little cute little puppy, that's just right for an active little family. Now the dog is little, so the kids would have to be very careful with it, but I think that anybody would get, adult, children, whatever, would get a kick out of the activity level of a puppy, running and playing and chasing balls and making people laugh. Of course, you're going to need the time to spend on reinforcing housebreaking, and then you're going to have to control the situation if you go to work, so you don't have any problems with chewing and so forth. So you have to think of your goals and your needs, and then fit them to not only the breed of the puppy or the cat or dog, not just the breed, but also the age and the personality. And of course, we get to know these dogs, and we can fix you right up.
Okay. And of course, once you have the dog, you want to keep track of them in case they get lost. So
that's right. Once you pick the dog and you just fall in love with it, of course you want to keep it forever. Look at this adorable thing. So the best way to keep track of your dog, there's a few things actually. Of course, a collar. You need that collar on your dog with a tag, but also a microchip. If that collar gets caught on something, these two dogs were strays. They were found in the woods. They look a lot better than they did when we found them. And if they had microchips, even though they were strays, we could reunite them with the owner. But unfortunately, they do not have microchips, so we don't know who the owners would be. But your dog, the one you adopt, should have a microchip. A microchip is smaller than a grain of rice. It has the information on how we can find the owner. Every humane society probably or should have a wand, which they just put across the back of the animal, because that little rice chip is put between the shoulder blades. And believe it or not, it tells you how to find the owner for that animal. We have microchip clinics now. It's a new thing for 2015. We never had these before, and boy, the first one we had was such a success. We didn't know if anybody would come. And do you know, almost 170 people came? Wow. And they said, this is wonderful. We're going to tell all our friends and neighbors, and you should have another one. Or they'd say, you know, I have another dog at home, and I would like to do both of them. So we are going to have another microchip clinic, and it's going to be March 15. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be here at the Dubois County Humane Society, and it's only $10 each. Can you imagine that? I paid $50 each for my dogs years ago, and I think the going rate about now might be 60 or 70. So $10 per animal, and we can microchip a cat if it has enough fat between the shoulder blades. Maybe a teeny tiny kitten, no. Maybe at least 2 pounds, please. But we can microchip almost any animal or pet you bring in between the shoulder blades. And if the unfortunate circumstance would happen that you lose your dog or it runs away, we can reunite it with you with reading that microchip. The second thing on your March calendar, we're talking about our March schedule. And the first thing is the March 15 microchip clinic. The second thing is our successful spay and neuter program. As we mentioned before, we used to just spay and neuter. The dogs would adopt out, maybe 60, 70 a year. Last year we hit 1,000, woohoo, on spay and neuter. So this year we're going to do the same, if not better, and our spay and neuter clinics are Thursday coming up, March 5th, and Monday, March 9th. Thursday, March 5th is almost full, so come in as soon as possible to prepare yourself for that. And if it fills and you don't get in on Thursday, March 5th, we can schedule you for Monday, March 9th. And this is a wonderful month because we have a special to offer you. And that is if your dog is 30 pounds or more, or it's going to grow up to be 30 pounds or more. Now, you don't know that for sure, but I think you can kind of guess. We have a $10 special. Can you imagine getting your gigantic dog spayed or neutered for $10?
Wow.
Now, we don't have a lot of slots left because people are really rushing in on this one. So if you could get over here today, because you have to pre-register, or Wednesday. Wednesday we have adoption hours, as you know, from 4:30 to 6:30. Come in on Wednesday and register ahead of time to get your dog in on that spay and neuter clinic. $10 for 30 pounds and over, or if it's growing up to be 30 pounds and over. Now, other situations are that the dogs will be $60 if they are under 30 pounds. That's still a wonderful deal. And cats, $30. Come in ahead of time, register your animal, pay ahead of time, and you're all set. The only requirement is a rabies shot, and that's required by the state. And if your dog has a rabies shot, well, bring in the certificate for your dog or cat. The rabies certificate proves they have the rabies shot. If they do not, we will graciously sign you up for that. It is an extra $15, but it really is convenient. They'll give your animal the rabies shot and spay and neuter, and then you're all set. They'll explain the whole schedule to you when you come in. You do have to bring the animal in very early in the morning, and they'll explain to you the pickup times and so forth. But come in for our microchip March 15, spay and neuter Thursday the 5th of March, Monday the 9th of March. And in the meantime, if you don't have an animal to microchip, oh my goodness, we can fix you right up. Look at these two cute little buggers right here. And if these two dogs get adopted in the near future, don't be disappointed. We have plenty more. Every time we get one adopted out, there's 5 more on a list.
Okay, sounds good. And of course, information on these and the other fine animals, as well as all the programs that are available here at the Dubois County Humane Society, can be found on their website at duboiscountyhumane.org. Also, information is available on petfinder.com. Facebook. All of our videos are available on our website at WJTS.tv. And of course, you can stop by here at the Humane Society on Warrenton Road in Jasper on Wednesdays, tomorrow from 4:30 till 6:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 1 till 3 p.m. during our regular adoption hours. So best of luck to these fine animals. Best of luck to everyone.
You know what? If you miss sitting and rocking a baby, look at this.
Absolutely. Now that's incentive enough right there. So, okay, thanks a lot for joining us, Linda. Thanks for watching. Weather's Next.